This is movie flashback. This flashback is about a UK movie titled Blue Story dated back in 2019. Watch till end so as to explain how it ended, lesson learned, and how to improve. The movie was centered in South London where young lads were into immoral acts and many mothers feel pitied for their children that has made many youth passed away. It started with Timmy, a young lad was sad because he was leaving his best friend into a new high school. Surprisingly he made a friend Marco on the first day at school. Ever since then he and Marco have been best friends since they were children. Both of them hang out with their friends Dwayne and Hakeem. Timmy lives in Deptford centered somewhere around the ghetto while Marco lives in Peckham. There is a feud between Peckham youths and Deptford. After school, the guys were having some boys talk and Karina came around to invite them to some party. Timmy awkwardly tries to talk to Leah, leading the others to mock him, because he was blabbering. A couple of Deptford gang members, led by Matter, are approached by rival Peckham youths. Some of Matter's boys run, but he and his best friend Golly's attempt to retaliate until the Peckham gang starts shooting. Matter then plans to get back at them. One day after school the guys hang out to the mall to get footwears. They saw Leah and her friend. Timmy went to Leah and decided to talk to her. He got harassed by two Peckham boys Skilzer and Big T who also had their eyes on Leah and her friend, but Hakeem told Timmy to leave them alone but Timmy decided to stay. Those two looked at themselves angrily, but when Skilzer knows Timmy is from Deptford, Big T wanted to cause a scene. Fortunately for Timmy, Marco came for him and those guys left annoying Timmy, but those two left because Marco was the brother to Switcher, the head of the Peckham gang. After that Timmy and Marco went home together but took a stop at a store where Timmy ran across his ex-best friend Kyron, who is now known as Killy. One of Killy's boys harassed Marco but Timmy came between them and Killy apologized for the harassments. Marco and Timmy went to the Timmy's where Timmy's mom served them dinner which was Nigeria jollof rice and chicken. Marco went back home to hang out with his older brother Switcher and complimented Timmy's mom food to his brother. In between their discussion Switcher got a call about the fight with the Deptford gang. Matter and Gollies from the Deptford gang were also involved in the fight and Matter and Gollies go out and fire at the Peckham gang but Switcher shoots Gollies in the back. Matter tries to help Gollies, but the feds are coming, and he is forced to leave his friend to choke on his own blood. Switcher went home and told Marco that whoever asks about him, either his mom or the police or anyone at all, if he was home all day he should tell them yes. And Matter from the Deptford gang was feeling guilty that Gollies died. Gollies' ex-best friend blamed Matter for Gollies' death which triggered Matter's revenge. Timmy and his friends went to Karina's party. Timmy tried to dance with Leah but Dwayne took over because Timmy was reluctant with his decision. Leah later asked Timmy to dance with her when he was sitting alone. Timmy had to leave Leah because Marco got into a fight and got punched in the face. They were all kicked out because of the fight. That night Switcher got arrested by the police but he was later bailed. Timmy and Leah's relationship grows stronger to the extent of Timmy inviting her over to chill and watch some Netflix movies together which led to their first sex and took their relationship to next level. Marco also met an older girl on the gram and went visiting for a sex but disappointed her because he finishes earlier than she was expecting him to. On Marco's way home he got attacked by Killy and his friends. They abused him brutally to the extent of breaking his arm. At school the next day, Timmy found Marco telling Dwayne and Hakeem about the incident. Timmy felt bad on hearing this and promised to warn Killy but Marco blames Timmy because he called Timmy for help and he wasn't available because he was with Leah the whole day. Marco called Leah a hoe and Leah got pissed and shoves him while Marco returned it with a slap and Timmy revenged for Leah by giving his best friend a punch on his face. Timmy and Marco friendship ended on a little misunderstanding. Switcher was brainwashing Marco and call him human being punching bag. Meanwhile Timmy and Leah's relationship got stronger while Marco on the other end was planning how to avenge Killy and his guys. Dwayne and Hakeem stopped hanging out with both boys after the fallout. Timmy and Leah went out, the Peckham boys caught up with him. Leah tries to defend him but she got punched in the face aggressively by Marco and her head got hit on the floor profusely, crashed her skull after it smashes against the pavement and died instantly while Timmy got hit by Marco with a brick. He also fell unconsciously on the floor. Marco was later arrested for committing the crime while Timmy was in a coma. 3 years later Timmy officially joined the Deptford gang while Marco just served his terms in the prison. Timmy joined Matter and Killy as part of Deptford gang. Marco feels remorseful over the incident but Switcher reminds him to put his head in the game. Meanwhile Timmy was still planning an avenge against Marco for Leah's death. Timmy ran into Hakeem in the street and harassed him for info on Marco's whereabouts which he knew nothing about. On a shootout night, Timmy and Matter managed to gather intel on Switcher's location. They, along with a few other Deptford boys, corner the Peckham boys and start fighting. Switcher tried to kill Matter but Timmy stabbed Switcher at the back. He grabbed Switcher's gun and tried to kill Marco but the gun jams and Marco was able to run away. Switcher got paralyzed and will never walk again for life. Marco wept because he felt he failed his older brother. He calls Timmy and promised to avenge. Violence between the two gangs starts to escalate as they keep trying to kill each other on the streets. The two gangs engaged in violence. Marco and Switcher's older cousin Tyrone arrives to help get payback. He approaches Killy and tries to get him to turn on Matter. Matter is planning the attack on Peckham youths, but Timmy doesn't think it's a smart idea to do it so soon. Meanwhile Timmy and Matter got into a fight because Matter said some mean words about Timmy's dead girlfriend Leah. Later that night, Matter went to Timmy's to apologize for what he said about Leah. Timmy joined him and Killy on their mission to go after some Peckham boys that night. Timmy is left in the van while Matter gets accosted by Tyrone, and Killy reveals his treachery. Tyrone manages to get distracted, leaving Matter an opportunity to knock him out. Killy admits that he did it because he was jealous that Timmy became Matter's new younger protege. When he feels it should have been him, Killy snitched on Matter. He tries to shoot Matter, but the gun jams. They go for Tyrone's gun, while Marco goes to burn Timmy in the van, which made Timmy suffocate in a burning car set ablaze by Marco. He douses the van with petrol and plans to light it on fire. He contemplates for a moment, thinking back on their time as friends, but his anger over recent events, like Timmy paralyzing Switcher, leads Marco to make up his mind and set the van ablaze. After he leaves, Matter shows up after shooting Killy dead. He tries to pry the van door open, but Timmy starts to succumb to the smoke inhalation as he cannot get himself out. He resigns to his fate and tells Matter he will be with Leah now. Matter gets the door open, but Timmy is already dead as the authorities arrive. Matter was not able to save Timmy and the cops checked in after then they were arrested. Matter later turns into a snitch for the feds, leading to Tyrone and Marco's arrests. Switcher cannot cope with the news, so he commits suicide by overdosing on pills, leaving his mother devastated at losing both her boys in immoral acts. Matter leaves the gang life behind, got out and turned a motivational speaker to teach younger kids not to take after his steps. Lesson learned: friends should strive to communicate things out in order to understand themselves. Revenge is not always an option. As an African adage states, vengeance always creates more enemies. You should go see the movie, every portion of it was interesting. This flashback is proudly sponsored by the like and subscribe button. Kindly click the like and the subscribe button. Thanks for watching till